Did you know that over 90% of beginners actually quit coding because they think coding is hard? They think coding is not fun. They think coding is boring. I almost quit too until I learned these 5 game changing secrets. Have you ever been stuck? Have you been overwhelmed? Or just plain confused because coding is hard for you? Then this video is for you. Stick to the end of this video. By the end of this video, you become a pro coder. These are the 5 game changing secrets that actually helped me to make coding more fun for me. And I'll be showing you for free. What are these 5 game changing secrets that actually helped me to code better? Sit tight and let's go. Now, the first secret you have to understand about coding is that coding is problem solving and not memorization. Coding is problem solving. For example, you are supposed to code, you're supposed to create a particular website for someone that sells food, a restaurant website. What you're supposed to do is to create the website using different languages, right? HTML, CSS, JavaScript. That is how to solve a problem. But imagine you trying to solve the problem. All you could do is to memorize codes. It will not help you. Let me give you a personal experience. When I just started, I was so much focused on memorizing different lines of code, memorizing syntaxes and functions. But where did they land me? Nowhere. At that time, I was always stuck. I was always confused. I was always discouraged. I would tell myself, okay, this coding is not for me. It's possible I don't have the type of IQ that is needed to code. I was very confused. I almost gave up until I learned some secrets. And the first secret I learned was that coding is problem solving and not memorization. So what did I do later? I was able to understand those concepts. For example, what you are supposed to do right now, if you are being stuck, you must realize that coding is problem solving and not memorization. And what do you do now? You have to focus on understanding those concepts. For example, understand the difference between div and span, difference between class and ID, and how to use them. Instead of memorizing what you use for a different project, so you want to use it for this particular project or another project. It doesn't work that way. Do not have to memorize things, because if you memorize, you will tend to forget, or you will forget. So when I started, I memorized a lot, and it didn't help me. I was so much confused. In fact, I was more confused. So as a beginner, you must not memorize, but rather focus on understanding those concepts. Understand HTML, understand CSS, understand any language you are learning, JavaScript and others. Focus on understanding rather than memorization. I'll give you a real life example. Imagine a student trying to sit for an examination that is supposed to come up, for example, next week. This student has not been reading for like 3 months. But since his examination is next week, he said to himself, okay, let me take 1 week to read what they taught me for like 3 months. So this person wants to overwork his brain. So what do you think will happen to him when he gets to the examination hall? Because he will just focus on memorizing those things he has been taught for like 3 months. He wants to use a particular week to read everything. And you understand what is going to happen to him in the hall. He will tend to forget, and he may have memory loss. So what am I trying to say? As a beginner, as a coder, as someone who aspires to be a pro in the coding journey or in the coding career, you must focus on problem solving and not memorization. Do not memorize. Focus on understanding those concepts. Because when I started, I memorized a lot. I memorized a lot of codes, a lot of syntaxes. What happened to me? I forgot them. Then the moment I started understanding those concepts, my coding career changed. Coding became more fun for me. Before, I was always stuck. I was always confused. I always told myself, I don't think I can continue this coding journey. Let me look for something else to learn. But I overcame it. because I understood some concepts, some secrets. So if you can apply these secrets to your coding journey, it's going to make your coding journey more fun and coding more interesting. Coding is not supposed to be boring. Coding is not supposed to be confusing. It is understandable. You will be stuck at a particular point. Yes, well, that's why I'm giving you this particular video, to motivate you, to encourage you. Whenever you are coding, remember these 5 secrets I'm about to give you. The first one is coding is problem solving and not memorization. Imagine someone gave you a particular project to develop a particular website or to build a website for an online bank, for a bank. Build an online website for a bank. What do? Will you memorize codes from somewhere else, or you try to remember the codes you have memorized? No. What you use there is the things you have understood. Even pro developers right now, they still Google. So it's not a crime to actually Google whenever you are stuck. Instead of memorizing, it cannot take you anywhere. It will lead you nowhere. You have to understand those concepts. When you understand, you'll be able to develop on it. So when I started, I focused on memorizing a lot, but it didn't take me anywhere. But it made me stuck, made me almost give up. But here I am today. I haven't learned some secrets. So these secrets actually helped my coding journey. Now, after this first one, I'm going to give you the second secret that actually helped my coding journey more fun. Now, this takes us to the second game-changing secret that actually helped my coding career, that has made coding more fun for me, that has made coding interesting for me. And what is the second one? Start small, win big. Every pro coder you see today started from somewhere. They started from being small, started from doing little things. What do I mean by start small and win big? This every developer's dream or every beginner's dream, to want to build the next Netflix app, to build the next e-commerce website, to build Alibaba website, to build something like that. It is a dream for every coder or a beginner, because we want to really, they will actually give us, it will bring happiness to us, seeing that we're able to develop something like Netflix, Alibaba, commerce website. But you have to start from somewhere. Every big step you see today started from a little step. So even those pro developers, pro website designers, pro coders, they started from being small. And they apply these steps that I'm about to give you, that I'm giving you also. They apply them. You start small, you win big. And what do I mean by starting small? Start small by building a single page HTML website. Then from there, you can now add CSS to style your website. From there, you can add JavaScript. So it is step by step. You do not jump any step. Start from small, then you win big later. When I started also, I was so much focused on building something like Netflix, something like e-commerce websites. But what I realized was that I was always stuck. I was always confused, because at that time, I was not there yet. I didn't even understand what I was doing then, until I learned this particular secret, that I have to start small. So I started with building something like calculator, to-do lists. So these things, after I built them, it actually gave me that confidence that yes, I can be a coder or a pro coder. So you starting small will actually build your confidence. But if you just start big and you know you're not there yet, it can discourage you, demotivate you, and in fact make you quit coding in awe. I do not want you to quit coding, because you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. So I'm made to motivate you that coding is step by step. You start small, then you win big. Now, if you can build a calculator or a to-do list app, you'll be happy with yourself. So that happiness can actually motivate you to do something bigger. Like after that, you can now build something like e-commerce websites, whereby you add payment gateway and the rest. Build something like Netflix application, something like Alibaba website and the rest. So these small wins will actually build your confidence level, boost your morale, to show you that you can actually win big. So you start small. When you start small, you win big. So when I started, I started with first and foremost, I was so much focused on the big things before the small ones. But I made a mistake. Then when I realized, I started small. I started building calculator, to-do list, and from there, I was able to advance to the higher ones, building website using HTML, CSS, JavaScript. I was able to build some apps. So you start small so you can win big. So that is the secret number 2. That will now lead us to secret number 3. What is that thing I learned that actually made my coding more fun? Number 3, debugging is your superpower. When I say superpower, I mean your strength. What is debugging? Debugging is just like trying to clear your error message. Let's put it that way. Trying to clear your error messages. For example, you're trying to develop a website or design a website. You saw what you are supposed to get is not what you are getting. That is an error automatically. For example, you are trying to insert a particular image into your website. Obviously, that's an error. That can actually discourage you. In fact, that error alone can actually make you think that you are not meant for this. I'm here to tell you that focus on debugging. What is debugging? Debugging is just like saying fixing your errors. I'll give you an example. Imagine I try to create a particular website. Now you're in your studio, you're in your code editor, either Studio Code or anyone. You will realize that if you make a mistake, you will see some red lines. It will underline the part that you made a mistake. So focus on that part. Ask yourself, what did you do wrong? Make research. So in fact, from that your Studio Code or from that your code editor, they will give you some options, some likely ways to fix that your error. But when I started, I didn't focus on debugging. Whenever I tried to create a website and it was not as I expected or it didn't come out as I want, I'll be so confused. I'll be so angry. In fact, I will tell myself that I will give up. But when I realized that debugging is a superpower for me, my coding journey changed. I was able to solve problems. I was able to overcome my challenges. So what am I trying to say? Focus on debugging. Focus on those error messages you get on your Studio Code, on your code editor. You can also go to your website that you try to build. You can right click and go to inspect. You can check your codes. Check where you made a mistake. Check where you made a mistake. I'll give you an example now. There was a particular time I was trying to work with div. So this particular website has like 4 divs. Then we have a particular div, which is the main div. Then we have like 3 divs inside of that main div. But what did I do? I started with a particular div, I closed it. Second div, I opened it, closed it. Third div, opened, close. Fourth div, opened, close. So there's no way I can have the same result as to the person that actually put the 3 divs inside the main div. When I did that, when I made that mistake, my website was not functioning well. In fact, I was so angry with myself. I spent hours trying to figure out what the mistake was. And when I figured out the mistake, I was able to move ahead. I was so happy with myself that yes, I was able to figure out where I made an error. So when I realized that the 3 divs are supposed to be inside the main div, my website looked just perfect. So I was so happy with myself. It boosted my confidence. And I told myself, yes, this is meant for me. I can actually be a pro coder. So this is a secret I'm sharing with you. Focus on your error messages. Debugging is your superpower. So debugging is like checking your errors where you made mistake and make sure you learn from those mistakes. Don't just say, okay, I'll give you another example now. Imagine you're supposed to type .links and you type .link in your CSS. Obviously, it will not work. Imagine I try to call your navbar. Instead of writing .navbar, you wrote .navbars. It will not work. So you have to focus on your error messages. Check your code editor. You see the error messages. Try to fix them. So that's your superpower. Trying to focus on your error message. That's your superpower. Then this will lead us to the fourth secret that actually helps me to be a pro coder, that actually helps me not to give up in coding, that actually helps me to make coding more fun for me. A lot of beginners actually quit because they feel coding is very, very difficult. But I'm meant to tell you that after learning these 5 secrets, you'll be coding like a pro. The first secret that actually helped me to make coding more fun for me is that code a little, learn a lot. Yes, many a times, beginners want to learn everything in a day, in a particular day. They tend to spend so many hours trying to code in a particular day. That is not how you should do it. Code a little, learn a lot. Code a little means that dedicate a little amount of time every day to code. For example, instead of coding for 16 hours every day, you can dedicate 30 minutes to code. But make sure that in that 30 minutes, you're able to learn a lot. For example, in that 30 minutes, you can say, okay, you want to learn how to insert an image into your website, how to link your HTML, your CSS to your HTML, to understand the difference between margin and padding, understand the difference between ID and class, understand the difference between different functions and different syntaxes. So you must make sure that you code a little and learn a lot. So it is consistency over intensity. Consistency beats intensity every time, because you can dedicate so many hours to code and not even learn anything. So you code a little, and in the long run, you learn a lot. I'll give an example. When I started, I was so much engrossed in coding that I said I want to dedicate almost every hour in the day to code. But that was a mistake I was making. That actually made me to even lose more interest in coding. Because when you are dedicating so much time in particular day, for example, you are dedicating like 16 hours every day, you'll be tired and you will not even be learning a lot. There's even a saying that the more you see, the less you know. So what I'm trying to say is that it is not bad to dedicate time for coding, but then there's time for everything and there's a limit for everything. Coding is not entertainment. Coding is something that can actually make you stuck when you do something wrong. Imagine you're trying to code and you made a mistake. It's actually painful. But now I'm giving you these pro tips to actually overcome being stuck, to actually not to give up your coding journey. So what I was trying to say is that code a little, learn a lot. When you dedicate 30 minutes every day but you make sure that 30 minutes you're able to learn something tangible. It is better than trying to code for 16 hours and not learn anything. The same example applies. The same example I gave about a student that wants to learn everything they taught him for 3 months in just a week so he can pass. So it is better you learn little every day, because those little you learn in the long run, they will turn up to become big. So even the pro coders today, they started small. So code a little, learn a lot, dedicate little time every day to code. Instead of coding 16 hours today, then code 16 hours next week. No, you code little day by day. That's why I said consistency over intensity. It's not about how many hours you actually dedicated to code a day. It's about what we're able to learn in that particular day. That is why I said, and I'm repeating it, it is consistency over intensity. So when I started, I was so much focused on coding. I will spend many hours, and in the end, I will not be able to learn much at all. In fact, I will be so much frustrated because my brain would have been tired and I will still be stressing myself. So you have to give yourself some time, give yourself break, code little, then in the long run you learn a lot. Now that will bring us to the fifth secret that actually helped me to make coding more fun for me. I'm giving you this secret because I do not want you to make mistake. like me. I'm giving this secret because I want you to be motivated. If I can do it, you can also do it. You don't have to believe that you need a special brain to be able to code. It is normal to be stopped. It is normal to be confused. It is normal to be overwhelmed. It is normal to be angry when your code doesn't work. That's one of the major issues that a lot of coders actually have. They feel stuck. And how to how to move from being stuck. It's not easy. That's why I'm giving you these steps. Once you follow them, you become a pro coder. Because this is what those pro coders actually use. These are the secrets that they use. They know it already, and it worked for them. They were able to graduate from the beginner stage to the pro stage. So if you actually want to graduate from the beginner to pro, you must apply these secrets I'm giving to you for free. Now, what is the fifth secret that actually helped me to make coding more fun for me? Now, the fifth secret is that learn by doing, not just by watching. When I started, I was just focused on watching videos, watching tutorial videos. I thought after watching, automatically, I knew it already. But little did I know that there's a difference between watching and practicalizing. So until I realized that, until I practice, I don't know it. Until I realized that I was so stuck, I was in one place. Because in my head, I thought that I knew it already. But after much, I realized that I have to start doing as I'm watching. Learn by doing and not just by watching. So what did I do? I placed tutorial video on one side on my screen, my code editor on one screen. So as I'm watching, I'm practicalizing. If you do not practicalize, you will not face any challenge. And you will not also have success. Because it is until you practicalize, you'll be able to realize that, yes, these are some issues or these are likely issues I am supposed to face in this particular area. So learn by doing, not just by watching. So when I was able to practicalize, I realized that there's a difference between watching and doing. When I was practicalizing, I made some mistakes, I faced some challenges, and I was able to overcome them. So today now I can be able to teach someone how to code because I passed through the stages. I passed through this. I didn't jump. I didn't memorize. I started small. So learn by doing, not just by watching. So if you have been doing it before, stop right now. When you are watching a particular tutorial video, take your laptop alongside or your PC alongside and start coding. Practicalize. If you do not practice, there's no way you will know if you are successful at it or you are a failure at it. I do not want to be a failure. I do not want to give up. So if you want to be a pro coder, if you want to be successful, if you want coding to be more fun for you, watch this video to the end and also share this video to your friends. Those your friends that have actually given up on coding, show this video to them because this video can motivate them. This video can change their life. You may be helping someone's career right now by sharing this video to them. So if you want more videos like this, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Also, turn on your notification bell. Most importantly, subscribe to this YouTube channel because if you do not subscribe, there's no way you'll be able to see my content. I'll be posting videos every week. So motivate you. I want you to not give up on your coding journey. I want you to be successful. I want you to become a pro. So you must apply the secrets I've given to you. And if you like this video, like you want content like this, give me a comment. Comment on the areas that you have been facing challenges on. What are those things you have been doing that actually made you stuck as a beginner? What are those challenges you are facing? Ask me in the comment section. I'll be happy to help. I'll be happy to motivate you. I'll be happy to give you tips on how to make coding more fun for you. I'll be dropping more videos like this. Now, if you check my channel, I have tutorial videos from HTML, CSS, JavaScript. You can check them out and practicalize. So it is one thing to watch tutorial video. It is one thing to watch a motivation video. It is another thing to actually practicalize what the person said in that video. So I've given you steps, secrets on how to make coding more fun for you, how not to give up. So what do you do? What are you going to do next? It is to practicalize, practice. Go to my YouTube channel. You see different videos on how to code. A lot of videos on how to code. So when you start there, you will see that your coding journey will change. You will feel more motivated. You feel more, you will have more confidence. So give me a like, share this video. Most importantly, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, and also leave a comment. Tell me areas that you find challenging in your coding journey. Tell me if you have ever been stuck before. Have you ever been stuck before? Give me a comment so that we can also learn from you. We can learn from you. Tell us how you're able to overcome being stuck as a beginner. How you're able to move from a beginner stage to a pro stage. If you like this video, if you like this type of content, please do not forget to subscribe, leave a like, turn on your notification bell, and also share this video to your friends, your relatives, your loved ones, so that they can also make coding more fun for them. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.